Hey everyone, Chili B here. Recently, I've become really bullish on the Ethlizards and have been digging into their recent updates and stuff. And I thought it might be helpful for the community to get video updates on it as well. So if you guys like this or are interested in it, I'll keep doing it. But my idea at the moment is to just keep everyone updated by going through different releases from the Ethlizards team. Just as a bit of background, the Ethlizards team has transitioned from, I guess, the original team to a new team which Kieran's put in place. And the transition went really smoothly. The old team handled it really well and has been really supportive of it and are still Ethlizard members. And the new team seems to be killing it. It's kind of just hit a new level, and I think that's why I'm super bullish on it now. So I'm going to start off with this mid-monthly newsletter update for September, and I'm just read through different parts that I think are important, and I'll throw a bit of my own commentary in there. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. I don't really do this sort of stuff, so I don't know what I'm doing, but happy to adapt and learn. All right. So first up, treasury management. They've made a 25 ETH conversion to about 40k USDC. So this was in the plan from their last newsletter, and they've basically executed, which is a really good sign. And also it's a good sign, I think, that they're not trying to play with the treasury so much and hoping the value of the treasury goes up with the value of ETH, but just locking it into USDC so they have stable and predictable treasury for the future. I'm not sure if the treasury is what pays for the new team's wages, but 40k doesn't seem like too much. I'm guessing they'll continue to convert ETH into USDC as they need. I think from the last update, so they're converting a third of all income into stables, and that's done monthly. So I'm guessing the runway will just keep getting extended, and hopefully there's enough ETH coming in to fund them. So really bullish that they're not trying to play ETH and play crypto, but they're just trusting that they'll make this a killer project and add value in that way. Smooth lining the fundraising project. They originally were planning to build some sort of deal flow thing into the old website or the current website. But as they dug into it, it looks like they've changed their mind on this and have found that the old website won't really cut it for what they're wanting to do. And we'll talk about that a bit more in a sec. Actually, right now, the website revamp. So once they got into it, they found that they just needed to redo everything. It was good for what it is, but according to their newsletter last week, I think I might have highlighted it. They're looking to make the website an S tier sort of website, and I guess they decided it wasn't possible to do that from where they are, and they're just starting from scratch. And as part of that, they're revamping the whole branding of Ethlizards as well. Or not really the whole branding, but I think they're just making it a lot more tighter and professional. So towards that end, they've contacted No Standing, or Sohan, who you probably know from Ethlizards Discord or from Alluvium. And they're also looking to bring on another designer in-house, who'll get mentioned a bit later on. I think his name's corpuccino.eth. Okay, Lizard deal allocations. So they've already got two big deals coming through, so about the $50k mark, and they've got a third deal coming in somewhere between 30 to 50k. So that's a nice step forward from the previous update, which was only 2 weeks ago, where they just had the two. So there's a plan for Ethlizards holders to be able to get direct access to deals instead of just deals that are through the Ethlizards project, like the individual holders would be able to invest their own money separately from that. And it looks like they've already got one deal secured. It's a later stage game studio that's doing a round 2 of their Series A for additional runway. I didn't exactly know what that meant, so just had a quick Google of it. And apparently, you normally start with, so it's like multiple funding rounds for different purposes. The earliest funding rounds are the most high risk, and then I guess they get de-risked as the project or the business or the whatever progresses. And that's reflected in the price of the seed of the round. So it normally starts with seed rounds, moves to an angel round, and then to a Series A round. And then there's a note here, sometimes the seed round or angel round are not actually distinct, but they're a hybrid. So your seed/angel, blurry line, and then Series A. And so that means we're fairly early in the fundraising, but not as early as probably some of the other projects that Ethlizards is directly investing in. Oh, and just as a reference, I kind of looked up the Illuvium seed round prices. You can find this on Masari.io, but the pre-seed, so I guess there's also pre-seeds. The pre-seed for Illuvium was $1. The seed round was $3, and then the balance of liquidity pool was, doesn't say here, but from memory it was probably like somewhere around the $50 mark. So thinking about that as a pattern for this investment, I guess this might be the equivalent of what the somewhere in between the seed round and the balance of liquidity pool round for Illuvium. Hope that makes sense. Pretty sure that makes sense. Council rework. So there's a plan to redo to add to the council. So it's not just a investment council, but there's also a governance council. And they're taking ideas from Synthetics and Illuvium. But that's just been delayed now. Other things are the priority at the moment, which is great. Another good sign, they know how to prioritize, and they're kind of picking their battles and the order of their battles, which is really good. Marketing and branding, already mentioned a little bit before with Sohan and No Standing. But they say this is their number one priority, which is really cool that they're clear on that. And I'm really bullish that they're clear on that. They say that this is their number one priority because it's a blockage for a bunch of other changes being made. So I'd imagine like the website and the deal flow stuff. So if they can get that done and out of the way, they can really get rolling. And it already feels like they're rolling. So staking, they're trying to find a solution for it. They're aware of everything that's been going on in Discord and all the discussions and stuff, and they know that people feel really strongly about it. So they're not going to just make a change and push it through, but it sounds like in the background they're really putting the effort into figuring out how to do this well and properly, and also how to handle legalities, which is always a good sign if they're thinking about that sort of stuff, because they're thinking big and thinking into the future. So around, it says here, they're looking to have an LIP detailing advanced architecture and timelines around the first week of October. So they're pretty onto it. First week of October is only like 2 weeks away. Merch. I'm pretty excited about merch. I definitely want to get like a hoodie or a t-shirt or something. So I think this is KML speaking, saying he's got a beta design back from Roger. I actually don't know how to say his name, like the lead designer in Illuvium. I think it's Rogier or Roger. But he's got a beta design back. It sounds pretty cool. And he says over here as well, excited to say that these are going to be the most unique plushies with the best unboxing experience one can imagine. So looking forward to that. Not too into plushies personally, but it sounds cool. Additional merch is being developed by No Standing, and that's kind of on the back burner as well. So good to see. Yeah, like merch, I'm pretty keen for merch, but good to see that they're prioritizing well again. And this is interesting. So they're mentioning a two-pronged attack or two-pronged approach to what the merch is trying to do. So they've got one line or one prong to appeal to traditional NFT holders and investors, and then another kind of prong to draw in additional members and what they call interesting faces. I don't know what that means, but that's an interesting phrase. So looking forward to see how that comes out, and they're also aiming to do merch collaborations. Artist collaborations through the merch, I'm assuming. A couple of last things to wrap up this update. So this is one of the short ones. The update that comes out at the start of the month is fuller and details everything, and then they give a mid-monthly update, which is just kind of short updates on what's going on. This ending section, in the coming weeks, they're going to organise or reorganise Discord and channels and roles, so keep an eye out for that if you see stuff changing. And they also mentioned early access. I'm not actually sure what this is talking about, but they say it's going to be amazing and it's going to make Ethlizards the premier NFT to rock if you're in crypto gaming. So that's a quote. Also, they answer a few community questions at the end of the newsletter, which is really nice. One of them that I found pretty interesting was that from New to It All, saying, "Would love to get an idea of how often Liz community investment opportunities might pop up, so we can start planning to leave X amount of liquidity spare each time to take advantage of these opportunities." So good question. The thing I found interesting was, I'm guessing it's KML's response, where he says, currently most deal flow is pretty erratic and mostly from Kieran. So we know that we've got other advisors and stuff in Ethlizards, and there was talk about Robbie from Immutable X coming on board as well. And Kieran, I think in some interview, said that Robbie's got access to like 10 times more deal flow than he does. So if this is just the deal flow from Kieran, I'm pretty excited to see what happens when the other advisors are kind of leveraged and they have the deal flow stuff set up on the website and that's all smooth. I imagine it's just going to kind of come pouring in. So that's it for this update, the September mid-monthly newsletter. I'm just going to flick over to a spreadsheet and show you something quickly. All right, guys, here's a spreadsheet I want to show you. Just before we do that, though, if you're finding this stuff helpful, let me know. Post some comments, tell me what's helpful, tell me what's not. I'm always happy to try and improve. And if you like it, give me a like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. Okay, so this spreadsheet is just kind of keeping track of what the guys are saying they're going to do. So this is a list of stuff they've said from the start of September update. And this is the stuff that they've updated us with in mid-September. And so green is stuff that they've made progress on and are basically on time or ahead of time. Brown is some minor roadblocks, or it's just been kind of parked to the side for a little bit. And then red is something big's gone wrong. Maybe they'll have other colours. And I'll probably try and find a better colour scheme as well. But anyway, the point of this spreadsheet that I'm keeping track of is just to see how much progress they've made in 2 weeks. Like basically everything they've said that they're going to deliver, they pretty much have, which is super bullish. And they're hardly even settled in at the moment. So this team, which is K-Mao, James and Kakashi, I think, are absolutely killing it. I don't know if you listen to the AMA on Discord probably a couple weeks back now. The Kmau sounds really young. I can't remember how old he is. He's like early 20s or something, but he's absolutely delivering. And that's really impressive for a guy of his age to be working like that. So super bullish on where he's going to take Ethlizards and just super bullish on him in general in the future. So if you happen to listen to this, Kmau, I'm a massive fan. You're doing super well. And I think I'll leave the update at that this week. Don't want to drag it on too long. If you're liking it, let me know what other sort of stuff you'd like to see. This is a real side hobby, so I'm not going to be putting tons of time, but I want to help you guys out as well. So let me know what you want to see. And thanks for watching. See you later.